SeatGeek is the easiest way to find the best deals on tickets to pretty much any live event. Concerts, sports, theater, comedy, whatever you want. Download the SeatGeek app today and enter promo code SEATS to save $20 on your first purchase.
Hey everybody, it's Therese Paylor, Chief Beat Writer for the Kansas City Star. We got the second go around here. It's going to be a better one. All right, so thank you for at least giving me the courage to laugh. I appreciate that.
I just want to point out how rare it is. We need a second take.
Oh, thank you.
We do it all in one
you're
take.
a man, we spend time picking each other up, right?
Cackle.
The two most up and down members of the A team pick each other up, right? It wasn't me this week. We're gonna pick you guys up, right? Because the Chiefs, right?
Are we?
Yeah, I don't know. We thinking about January now. There's some vacations taken in January. Okay. The Chiefs have lost their 6th game in 7. Actually, I will say this: if you're looking for a positive, not like the worst thing not the worst game to watch in the world. Like, this game was far more entertaining than the Giants game. Let's do the interview. Let's do the introductions though. Sam Mellinger. Give him another one, dude. This thing's been crazy.
He did that on both takes.
I know.
It's
my move.
It's my move. It's like the 7th one I've seen already here. Good evening.
Professional.
Visual observations from David Hewlett.
Casual.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, that's all.
Professional.
Yeah.
Courteous.
So not so fun being in New York, right? The stadium stinks.
Or
It's
New
just so
Jersey.
sterile. New Jersey.
Or New Jersey.
You know, I think people know what I mean, right? I mean,
Yeah.
It's just kind
Does
of.
it matter? Like, this place sucks. Like, who
It
cares?
does. The stadium sucks.
The stadium
It
sucks.
sucks even more this week than it did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it has no
does.
personality to it.
This stadium has been the Chiefs' undoing. I mean, right? And
Well-
they've just completed the rare 3 straight losses to New York teams
exactly.
trifecta.
I
Yeah.
don't know if that's ever happened.
I can't imagine 3 weeks in a row on a schedule, right? Just because the way scheduling works, for one thing.
I gotta tell you, I didn't see the. You watch this tape of this Jets offense, man. You're just like, really? You know, Robbie Anderson's good, but it's just like, man, you're gonna let Matt Forte and Bilal Powell and Josh McCown and Jermaine Kearse and these guys, like, really?
Can't
Come
let
on, guys.
McCown get creative.
McCown was making some plays.
that's
boy.
Josh McCown.
Well, all you got to do
good.
is get him into a 3rd down situation, and you're going to win some of those.
3rd
Eventually.
and 10, scramble for 12 yards. Josh McCown, 38-year-old Josh McCown, one of 13 third down conversions they connected on. Most of them were over, what's that cutoff number, Blair? 7 yards.
Yes, the magic number for the Chiefs, 3rd and 7.
Or longer.
How embarrassing was that? These guys converted 13 of 20 third down. This team.
Plus, they're 1-1 on 4th down. So, yeah.
And the quarterback sneaks worked pretty well.
I remember there was a moment they had like a 2nd and 4, and I legitimately thought, just sneak it 3 times.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
The
it.
last drive. That's
Yeah.
when you were saying it.
Yeah.
And you effectively worked the clock, and you know you're going to score.
That last drive where they had 10 plays from the 10.
Once they got to the 5-yard line, they actually almost lined up for 11 plays. The first was their own delay of game.
That pushed them back to the 10.
Yeah.
So,
Then
right.
they ran 10 plays after getting to the 5-yard line because of the defensive holding penalty on Steven Nelson, who had a rough end of the game.
But that wasn't the worst one.
But that wasn't the worst one. Actually, the worst one really was with Benny Logan.
Benny Logan.
We'll get to all that as we do our
All that joy.
weekly pregame ritual of running through the game, through this box score, and making fun of it as we've done. And laughter, healing-powered laughter. We're trying to give you guys some reason to enjoy kind of what you're doing here. So let's go ahead and knock that out.
Pretty good start for these Chiefs.
Not just pretty good, actually pretty great.
Best of the season, really.
It was good.
2 touchdowns in 5 minutes.
The best was first pass, quick throw to Demarcus Robinson, who never saw the ball again. But we saw that it was 10 yards. We were like, who had that? Blair, didn't you have that line? You were like, first down. Took two quarters last week. They were coming out slinging. Then another first down, a run up the middle for no gain, and Alex hit Travis Kelce.
Play calling was fantastic.
The play calling was fantastic. I will remind you guys, that the first 15 plays are scripted, so you can't really just attribute those to Matt Nagy. Andy Reid helps with that, and he installed the plays this week, and we'll get to all that as well. But a good start. At that point, he was thinking, okay, maybe they'll break out of this week. Be honest.
Oh, at that point, I thought, yeah.
Right.
Well, and
Because the Jets are not a good team.
No.
The Jets stink. But we always look at these things like through just like the Chiefs lens, you know what I mean? But we should also recognize that it was only, we knew that the Jets would have a really good effort because they had just lost 5 of their last 6 games. And once you lose 5 of your last 6 games, you're going to come out swinging. You're going to play hard.
That was great.
Well, so I know you're going to go to this, but I just want to look at the clock here for a second. That next touchdown they got, which I know in our make fun of the play-by-play thing is coming up, that is 1 minute and 46 seconds later, and it's 14-0.
Yeah, you got that right.
But it starts the trend of Chiefs scoring quickly. All their touchdowns came pretty quickly. And what that did, what did the play count end up?
I think it ended up 85-48.
And time of possession
was 43-17.
Alex Smith screws him again.
Yeah.
Just can't win with the guy.
85-48, but 47 to 20 in the second half, I think, or 20 or 21.
Problem.
When that really did matter. Sometimes those numbers don't matter, right? But when the Jets can have the ball for 15 plays on a 7-8 minute drive in the fourth quarter, that's not good for anybody on the Chiefs
squad. This guy Alex just can't buy a break, man. Like, he comes out slinging it this week. Very next time the Chiefs get the ball back, 36-yard touchdown to Travis Kelce. Both those touchdowns, by the way, Smith said were against zone coverage, the kind that vexed them in previous weeks. So it's like, okay, look at this. Okay, they're slinging. And then the Jets' offense was like,
hey, time for the Chiefs' defense to dig in a little bit.
Right.
And
they dug in deep.
Yep.
By the way, that was the good part. The Jets were just like, hey, we got the greatest show on turf over here, okay? We're about to start unleashing it now. Did you guys enjoy the performance by Kurt Warner? Kurt Warner was great today, wasn't he?
So did I read that the Jets scored on 7 of 9 possessions?
7 of 9.
And they went 3 and out on their first one.
Yeah, 7. Not counting two kneel downs.
The kneel downs at the end.
You don't count. Yeah, 7 of 9. And they had scored, I looked this up, I think they were 23rd in the NFL. They had scored on 31.4% of their possessions coming into this. 77.7 tonight.
Well, listen.
So that's an improvement.
It is a little bit. Yeah. They're trending. The arrow's pointing up.
At least they kept Marshall Faulk to 58 yards on 15 carries. Marshall Faulk only had 58 yards on 15 carries. They did not fare as well against Isaac Bruce.
No, right.
Isaac Bruce caught 8 passes for 107 yards, while Torrey Holt caught 9 passes for 157.
They couldn't guard those guys.
I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, pick your poison.
No, like, what are you supposed to do?
Holt and Bruce.
You got to pick between Holt and Bruce. What are you supposed to do?
You stop Falk, you give yourself a chance.
I mean, they stopped Falk. Yeah. They gave themselves a chance. But Warner just hurt him.
That's why he's all of fame.
That is. Warner just killed him today. It was amazing.
He's been doing this a few years.
Yeah, you're right.
It truly was the greatest show on turf.
They were killing it today. Nearly 500 total yards for the 2017 New York Jets.
I don't remember Warner being that mobile. That was a thing that really kind of took me by surprise a little bit. Outrunning the D lineman. I didn't see that coming.
I know, he was making some plays back there. Hey, I got to tell you something else. Hey, we also have to give a tremendous amount of credit to Mike Martz. Amazing game plan for the Jets today. They were outstanding.
30 first downs for the
30
Jets.
first downs. Yeah. Look, nobody expects Bob Sutton to be able to hang with prime Mike Martz. I mean, that was. Listen, I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. Sometimes you just get out. Sometimes you just get out schemed.
Well, tip your cap. Look,
tip your cap. No, you
tip
just
your
tip
cap.
your cap.
Tip of the cap.
It's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And you force of nature, you can't do anything about it.
And listen, and our friend Gene Pendakuski mentions, hey, Chad Hansen. They did keep Oz Hakeem in check. Oz Hakeem, 2 catches, 25 yards. They did a good job against him.
But you just can't take away all of them, can you?
No, can't do it. So anyway, the Jets offense starts rolling now. And a bunch of stuff happens. 9 plays, 75 yards.
Make fun of box score.
There's a 1-yard run by It wasn't Marshall Falk. Who was the backup? Bilal Powell had a run-yard run. So then, okay, at that point, it's 14-7. Heading into the second quarter. No, actually, that's not true. The Jets put together another score, right? Because you can't go into the second quarter with the lead. Can't have that. Jets rolled down the field. A little sneak up the middle to Josh McCown. So now it's 14-14. Tremendous toughness by Kurt Warner.
I sort of looked at the first quarter as a little bit of a microcosm of the season, right?
I loved it.
The 5-0 start, the 14-0 lead, and then just dissolves, right? And that's where we end up, actually.
If it was a true microcosm, Kareem Hunt would have ran for
Oh, yeah? More than 0 yards?
a ton of yards on their first possession. But yeah, I think the Chiefs finished the first quarter with 1 carry for 0 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to see with sustainability.
Hey, I appreciate you appreciating that joke. That was good. Hey, listen, the running game, I'm done. I've crushed. Look, man, like they're not gonna be legitimate until they can start gaining more than a yard. I mean,
He had a back up for 70 today.
Yeah. It was the core. Alex, by the way, like y'all, he was good today. They came up short, but
Not time to change the quarterback. Not time. Holster that one.
We saw something else happen today in the second quarter. A miss by Harrison Butker. First time, man. He first time in 24 attempts.
You know what else we saw in the second quarter today? A target to number 75.
We did see that. You want to talk about that?
I talked to him about it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to say? Did you get a chance?
No,
to say
no. Great alert for you to
he
do
just
that.
thought he still should have made the play, even though the ball was tipped. He should have gone for it.
He got both hands on it.
He did. Ball was tipped and went away from. He turned out he played tight end in high school.
Yeah.
So it's first ball that came his way since
who's
high
been
school.
saying that his body's a little different for offensive linemen?
This guy right here. This guy.
I'm not even. I like his work as a 6 offensive lineman. I think they need to think about him as a tight end. I know we didn't see it work.
A blocking tight end.
I think they need it. I think it's time to at least think about it. I think you can get some value out of that guy doing that, right? He just works a little differently in space attached to the line against ends than he does against big, powerful 320-pound guys. He's an angularly built guy. He's just not they need to think of if he can really catch the ball. That's something they need to think about.
Blair, was he willing to give up the name of the play?
No, not the name of the play or how long they've been working on it, or. But think about it. Between this play, the Kelsey pass here 2 weeks ago, what was the one that blew up in their face against the Bills last week?
Oh, thought you were going to say
Tyreek Hill's interception, but they had another trick play against the Bills that didn't work. So.
Oh, the Kelsey option.
Kelsey option. That's right. On 3rd and 2. So that for an otherwise pretty solid offensive game, that was just a.
Who's making excuses for Cameron Irving? No one's making excuses for him. No one's doing that. I'm saying if you want to get something out of this pick you gave up, maybe you want to move him to a position where he can actually help you.
Right
now, if he doesn't change his body.
Misunderstanding what we were trying to say. Maybe we didn't make it clear.
Yeah. See,
gracious.
Can't play tackle.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. All right. So Butker misses the field goal. The Jets punt. Butker redeems himself with a field goal. Though at the end of the game, it sure would have been nice to have that, right? So now 17-14, and the Jets put together another. Another drive. Of course they do, because the Chiefs can't go into a quarter with the lead. They put together a nice long drive, finished with the Josh McCown touchdown to Marshall Falk. All right, and they take a 21-14 lead until halftime. 21-17 lead in the halftime. What are we thinking at this point, man?
I think we're all talking about we have no idea what's going to happen next, but I will say that I did not expect the Jets to hold the ball for almost 10 minutes on their next drive, and
ridiculous.
That again at five third down conversions on that drive, right? Yeah. And yet they did not put it out of reach because in the end they held them to a field goal. Yeah. I thought a touchdown there was going to be the knockout punch.
Yeah. So the Jets get the ball back. They put together an 18-play, 72-yard drive that spans 9 minutes and 31 seconds. It is capped by a field goal, not a touchdown. So now they lead 24-17. And then the Chiefs get the ball back, and, hey, they put together a big one here. We've been waiting to see the deep ball. Well, there's no time to go to the deep ball like after a 10-minute drive.
To get the defense back out there.
Yeah, you got to get the defense right back out there and in the mix.
Come on now.
That's what
come
you
on.
want.
It's like
Come on.
they've just had a sip of water.
Yeah.
They needed to
Let
score.
me grab the bench here for just. Oh, wait a minute! I need to find my helmet.
They needed to score.
Oh, they got the score,
and they
all right.
got the score.
No, they
got
got
the
it.
score.
And Ty Hill, we've been waiting to see that for a long time. Ty Hill got it, big play.
He had that guy beat by
Big time.
like 4 steps.
Yeah.
That ball was underthrown,
Yeah.
and he was still.
Every ball
all
to tie
clear.
today was underthrown.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
That wouldn't happen with. I'm just saying it for you guys because I know that you want to say it. Somebody was going to write that.
Somebody's. We want to see
Wouldn't happen with the kid. Is
It
that
wouldn't
it?
happen with the
10-yard
kid.
overthrow to Hill.
You
know?
Yeah.
So,
That'd be
Holy
preferable.
cow. Holy cow! He
Because
threw in
the
the third
offense-
row of the stadium.
so because the defense got the rest for approximately 5 seconds, the Jets put together a scoring drive on the next play.
Yeah, but that was there was something special about that one. That was the long play, and what was the penalty at the end of it?
Roughing the passer on Sorensen.
Yeah, roughing the passer.
The very first play of the next drive.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's immediately like a 48-yard gain, like 33-yard play and 15 yards on top of it. And nothing says hang on to the momentum quite like that.
Yeah, guys. Guys, in case you didn't know, that wouldn't happen with the kid comment. It's like half sarcasm, just to be clear. Like Alex was great today. So anyway, now it's 27-24, Jets, and now it's time for the Chiefs to punt, which they do.
3 and out.
3 and out. The Jets add another field goal, so now it's 30-24, and now the Chiefs got to put something together, and they do. Another deep pass, Tyreek Hill, 40 yards, touchdown. One positive from this game.
Was that the slant?
No, it was the post route.
Skinny post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One positive from this game. Alex finally went back up top, and the pass protection was good enough for him to do that.
Yeah, pass protection
Really
was good
good
today.
sign going forward. So now the Chiefs take a 31-30 lead. Now let's, by a show of hands, see who thought they were going to hold on to that lead at that point.
I actually
I did.
was fair. Yeah,
You
I was
did?
fairly
You did?
optimistic at that
I
point,
did.
but they had to get the stop.
Based on what?
They had to get the stop.
What did you see
the law-
today?
The law of averages. I thought that.
That's
This,
what
I
that's
thought
what we're
this, I
counting
thought
on
this
now.
was going to be the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
What you
I thought this was going to be the next Pittsburgh game. Remember in 2015 where they were 1-5 and they held on against Pittsburgh? I thought this was going to be that game, and it ended up not being.
Well, I'll say this. At that point, I didn't think so, but there was a point later when I thought that the game was favoring the Chiefs when they held them to a field goal.
Cascade of angry faces
But
right
all,
now.
like, the thing is, all they had to do at that point was not give up a touchdown.
Yeah.
Giving up a field goal was
Right.
totally fine.
Yes,
which
yes,
they
yeah.
did. They gave up a field goal on that next drive. Am I skipping ahead?
No, let's go
No,
that
you're
drive.
not. No, that's
But like, Benny Logan. I actually talked to Benny Logan after the game about this, and on the replay, it looked like he was lined up over the long snapper's right shoulder.
Yeah.
and then kind of snuck around like almost like a stunt to the long snapper's left shoulder. And he said they called him for running into the snapper. Reed said it was struck in the head.
he did not strike him in the head.
That's what Reed said. Andy was like visibly frustrated. He's not going to rip the officials like until he watches it again. But that Monday teleconference, I expect him to say
Andy.
that there's a few calls that were just missed. And Benny Logan, I didn't notice this because it wasn't called, but Benny said that he did this exact same thing on the field goal before that. And had done that. That's a play they run, backside A gap. It's a play they run a few times during, and they just got called there. So I don't know if whoever the Jets special teams coach is, they put a bug in the ear, of like, hey, this is what he's doing. It's illegal. I don't know, but that call was absolutely crucial. Because if you give that up, I think there's an 80% chance the Chiefs win. At that
I
point.
agree.
Because they
I
have
absolutely
4
do,
minutes.
They
all
hadn't
they
taken
need is a
those
field
timeouts yet.
goal.
They still had
They had
two
two
timeouts.
timeouts.
Yeah.
All they need is a field goal. So all they need is
Yeah.
40 yards, 50 yards, whatever. All the time in the world. I think they win the game.
When I saw the flag, I thought it was against the Jets, and I was going to hope the Chiefs, declined it. Just keep the three on the board and give them more time to go down and not move them back 15 yards. They were still going to kick a field goal, but you give them more time. Keep the points on the board. Give the Chiefs the ball with 2.5 minutes. It was about 3 minutes to go, down 2, and the way the offense had been rolling, they were going to win the game. That's when I thought they were going to win the game.
So Andy had the two hands across the podium for that little part of it to kind of hold himself back thing. Yeah.
But they still had a chance after that,
They
didn't
did. They did.
Thank third and 4.
Thank you. 2 runs go nowhere. There's 3rd and 4. There's an incomplete pass to Robbie Anderson.
And Nelson, goal line defense was pretty stout down there. But how many times can you do that?
Yeah.
How many times can you stop a team from the 4?
Yeah, there starts becoming an argument. Do you let them score too with the time almost? I mean, it didn't come to that.
Dissension among the A team about what to do in that situation.
Yep.
It was.
Yeah, a little disagreement. I just thought scoring was inevitable. Getting in the end zone was inevitable. You need time, especially since you're using all your timeouts.
Yeah.
You need all your time.
But as it turned out, they had time. I mean, they had enough.
They did.
That wasn't the problem.
They did.
So, 3rd and 4, there's an incomplete pass to Robbie Anderson, and Steve Nelson is called for defensive holding, which he did. He
tackled the tight end.
That was a good call.
He mugged Safarian Jenkins. You can't do that.
That was a good call.
So, okay. 1st and goal from the 2, 1 yard run. They're stopped.
Yep.
2nd and goal from the 1, run for no gain. Like the run defense really did.
Alan Bailey made a huge tackle. I mean, obviously they scored later, but that, stopping a guy at the 1, Bailey had the guy and just bent him backwards away from the goal line. It was a super good tackle.
So then McCown finally scores on 3rd and 1, and then it's like, okay, 2-point conversion. What do you do here? Chiefs get a stop. I think it was Frank Zampa who got the hit on McCown.
Well, he chased McCown back to the 20.
Yeah.
And then he just flings it.
And then Sam can't wait for this. There's defensive holding on Nelson again, which gave them another shot. And Marcus Peters just absolutely lost it at this point. He just couldn't handle it. It was just too much. And then what happened?
He freaked out. You can't. Well, what happened was he picked up the flag and the real flag, not the Kelsey move, not the towel flag, but the real flag, and threw it into the stands, giving some nice young Jets fans a chance for some
They
selfies.
were very excited.
Souvenir.
With the flag.
And a souvenir.
Who wouldn't take that picture?
I'll tell you what I liked about what Marcus did there. The call wasn't against him. It was against a teammate.
Taking up for a teammate.
Yes, he was standing up for a teammate. He was so ticked off.
Which I mistakenly captioned on my Twitter, which people anyway.
Apologies, not a friend.
Apologies for the Twitter. I was shooting video and tweeting at the same time. I will not do that again. Anyway,
I think you should do more.
I should, yeah, people chimed in pretty quickly with the play-by-play. I was like, alrighty.
One thing about that, people are going to jump on this, and I'm trying to say this without defending Marcus for what was clearly just a blank-brained, you can't do it. There's definitionally no excuse for a grown man doing what he did. It did not cost the Chiefs in any way. It was an incredibly stupid thing to do, but they lose that game. If he did it, obviously they lose that game if he didn't. I'm not defending it at all, but on the list of reasons the Chiefs lost today, that's not in the top 50.
I agree, except with one little caveat, which is just that it does speak a little bit to something weird going on that defense, where you got all these penalties on the last series, you got some kind of disarray.
Yes.
You wonder a little bit, too. The part that kind of is most disturbing about that whole thing, to me anyway, I'd be interested to know if you guys disagree, but he leaves the field.
Yeah. Thought he got kicked out.
Thought he got kicked
Apparently
out.
told the coaches.
And it gets transmitted to the coaches that he thought he got kicked out. He's not kicked out. He goes back in the locker room, comes trotting back out with 1:50 left. I guess on the replay you saw it. Chiefs are driving without his socks. Now, I never did see when they gave up possession of the ball. Did he go in with the defense when they went back in? On that final kneel?
I don't
Probably
know.
doesn't matter. But, there is a rule you have to wear socks.
Yeah.
So you see him he gets another penalty, he goes in without his socks. I mean, I'm just making that part up. But there's something a little weird with and maybe Andy's covering for him, but something I thought was odd there with, you don't know if you got the guy available. I know you're concentrating on scoring the game-tying touchdown, but boy, I just don't like I don't like what it suggests about who's monitoring all this.
It's a sign.
One thing, the Chiefs thought he was disqualified too, because there was a Chief personnel guy.
Yeah,
Security
walking out with
walking
him.
out
Right.
with him. So they thought that he was ejected. I mean,
Somebody
But I
said
think
Steve.
they thought that because he said that.
Yeah,
And
somebody
he
said
must
Steve
have-
Nelson was running after him to tell him he wasn't ejected. I didn't see it.
And then Peters turned around, because I made a picture of it. Peters turned around and pointed at the scoreboard, and then like Nelson turned around and went back to the huddle. And I don't know whether I don't know what Peters had said.
I don't know. I guess I don't know the rules for disqualification at the time. I guess that doesn't get you ejected. If, that.
Well,
although it was called what?
I don't know, a foul. Well, it was called a foul against an official.
A foul against an
It
official.
was unsportsmanlike conduct also,
Right.
but they made the point of
Right.
calling it that.
I would think that would be a disqualification.
That's what made me
I would
think
have
it.
thought that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Marshawn Lynch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Raiders
Yeah.
game, like pushing
Yeah.
the. I mean,
Yeah.
I do agree if there's a distinction made between throwing the flag and pushing a ref.
Right.
I'm
But it seemed like it was under that
agreeing on
umbrella
that.
when they
that's-
said it that
when
way.
they say against an official,
Yeah.
that's what the connotation
Yeah.
is to me.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be kicked out for that, but you should get a 15-yard. Like, I mean, come on, like a 3-year-old, like literally
Yeah.
a 3-year-old knows he can't do that.
So
Yeah.
so
And
you
it's a
had-
sign. I'm sorry, real quick, but it's a sign. I think if not dysfunction of just like too much stress going on. I think like because I mean Marcus is prone to these things, obviously, but in that situation, that's just like I can't handle it. Screw it.
well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
He
interrupted
did.
you.
No, he did. But you're right. The holding penalty on Nelson was the half the distance. Moved it from the 2 to the 1. And then don't you remember when the Jets came out to kick, they placed the ball at the 50 originally because they were going to apply the Peters penalty there, and then they brought it back to the 35. So I guess they applied both penalties to the moving the 2 to the 1 or the half.
Did they move it back? I didn't catch
They
that. I
did.
was
They did.
watching them line up.
Yeah, it was
and
at
then
a
I-
50, and then they moved.
Right,
it back.
and then for the first time today, the Chiefs did something smart on a kickoff return. They kneeled in the end zone
Right.
instead of bringing it out to the 18.
Well, they kept getting worse field position than they otherwise
Yep.
did. Yeah. All right, so they get the ball back because, of course, the Jets get the 2-point conversion now. Then it's like, all right, now they need 7 to tie. At that point, you're like, God, even if they tie, it's going to be tough to win this one. But they get some stuff going.
They do 40
Alex was-
40-yard completion to
Yeah.
tie.
Alex
Makes a
gets
great
tied
catch.
again, and
How is it? How do you let that guy get open?
He was
I think that ball was actually underthrown again, and Ty
Yeah.
came back on the play.
Yeah.
The ball and made the
on
play.
it.
Yeah, Ty's been very good this year. All right, so then it's 3 straight incompletions.
But-
in the last play, which is 4th and 6 from the 19 of the Jets, didn't seem anyone close really.
Kelsey said he was
Kelsey
held,
around, but-
and then both of them talked about
And
officiating.
Smith then, like, in a way that Smith does, complained to the officials. It was about he thought that Kelsey was being held, and it's uncharacteristic to see Alex throw his arms up like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of complaints about the officials, good to see Travis Kelsey say hats off to the Jets, but they got some help from the refs tonight.
Travis is
Kelsey, by the way, did run after an official after the game.
Yeah.
And he ran after him, not menacingly. I mean, it wasn't like he was really in his grill, but he ran insistently, I guess, by his side, and clearly was objecting to something, and kind of threw the hands up.
But unlike last week, Kelsey did talk in the post game and spent most of the 2 minutes that he spoke defending Alex Smith. And
I thought that was interesting.
yeah, and I think he got tired of the criticism and the Mahomes talk all week, and so he stuck up for his guy, and it made sense certainly today, and the way Alex was throwing the ball, it made sense today.
4 touchdowns, 360. Like, if you'd seen that stat, Alex Smith 4 touchdowns, 366 was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
You'd think, oh well.
Second best
Yeah.
statistical game of the year, and topped only by the New England game,
Yeah.
where he had
Oh,
higher percentage with more yards, I think.
well, that line, 360 some yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, sounds an awful lot like
Colts?
Balone 28-point lead in the playoffs.
No.
Yeah, that just, you're right. It might be
Right?
very similar numbers.
Yeah, just realized that. Sorry, guys.
But once
Just
again,
where my
they
mind
couldn't
goes.
get Kareem Hunt going, and that's one of the reasons it ended up 2-1 in plays and more than 2-1 in time possession.
Yeah.
They can't run the ball. They can't run. Still can't run.
It still can't run, and now they can't stop anybody on defense. And I know we'll probably get to that with more specific questions, but I do not know what the solution is on this defense. I mean, is it scheme? They look slow.
Yeah, now it's getting to the point where it's more talent. Okay, like where's the pass rush at? Like where's it
Gone.
at? Seriously,
Gone.
Do you guys remember what it looked like against the Eagles in week 2?
Yeah.
We were like, oh, these guys
There it
can
is,
get after
right?
you. There was Ford. There was Houston. Chris
Jones.
Jones made plays. Benny Lowe, Allen. We're like, yo, these guys can rush you from every gap. Where's that been?
I looked these numbers up. I think it's 1 sack in the last 4 games, and
about
1
right.
turnover in the last 3. No fumble recoveries since October 30. That's not what you want.
It is now December.
Yeah.
And actually Zombo hit McCown and hit him right as he passed, and that ball at the end of the game kind of fluttered to the end zone when they were driving down. Of course, there was another penalty, which reset the whole thing. But that was the only time I saw anybody get any actual heat on.
What was
McCown. Like some pressure, but actually like put shoulder pads on him.
There was a play sometime early in the fourth quarter. Maybe it was on the drive that ended up with a touchdown. But I remember it was 3rd and 10, I think, and it looked like the Chiefs had dialed up the right defense. They put pressure on him. Can't remember who got there. Someone got there, flushed, and then 12-yard completion to an open slanting. I don't remember who it was, but they don't even when they dial up something, they're not getting there. Sorensen got a roughing the passer penalty earlier in the game when he did get there. So,
and Reed had mentioned in his presser that Revis didn't play, and I'm sure you guys tweeted about it, but I didn't see it. That he had played his allotment of snaps.
Right.
Like
he played 39 snaps in the first half.
Was that surprising to you guys that he didn't come in for a series? Or
I'm curious how much of that was like what he said and how much of it was that he wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Both explanations fit. Like he hasn't played since either December or January
last year,
right? So
missed a couple of open field tackles.
Yeah,
That's what I
a few of
remember.
those. They looked like they were picking on him a little bit, but again, like Darrelle Revis isn't the reason they lost this game.
No.
Hey, what about, I keep thinking, and this is showing up a little bit on our feed here, but Justin Houston has been very quiet.
Non-existent.
No,
non-existent.
Yeah.
nothing. I don't know if that's if his knee is barking or his calf. He's had a few different injuries, or if think about this though. If you're an offense, like there's only one guy at this moment that you kind of have to worry about getting to you, so you can devote everything to that one guy. And so I don't know what I want to watch. Want to watch the film, to figure out like how much of that is which way that's going. But there was also some snaps there where Justin wasn't on the field every snap. And so there were some plays where the Chiefs were sending K-Pass and Zombo at McCown, and somehow he kept his nerve. And
Well, and Tombo wasn't active today. A little bit of a surprise. You just they rest him during the week, and you expect him to show up and get his 30 snaps on the game day. He was inactive.
He did play 13 snaps though last week, so.
So they
Gotta pace him.
after being inactive the previous week.
So we've done a good job kind of covering the reasons they lost. Like, why they lost. We don't need to do the round table about that. We're just going to take your questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. Jason Collinsworth. Thank you, Jason. He's been following us pretty regularly now. Appreciate you. Says the entire sideline looked like it was behind Alex. There was a view on TV where there were about 5 guys from the defense and offense that went up to him. Alex hasn't lost this team. Has Andy. What do you guys think?
Don't you think today helps Andy in credibility, handing over the play calling duty, And then after the game, what was Andy's quote? Something like, I'll hand over. I'm a team guy. I forgot how he phrased it, but
The first thing I do is look in the mirror.
Look in the mirror. Right. So, no, I think Andy would have gained some respect today for doing that, handing the play calling duties to Nagy, having success on the offense.
That's called leading from the front.
Because
it'd be help if more players on the team did that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's lost the team, but there's a difference between losing the team and not really reaching the team. I still just can't figure out what's going on defense. And at some point, that's Sutton, that's whatever, but you feel like there's a leadership void either among the players or in the coaching or in what's being processed or not processed. So but I wouldn't say losing the team. I don't feel like that. And by the way, just a little quick addition on Alex. This is a really minor thing, but just so our audience probably understands this, but the offense and defense are spread out in the locker room, separated from each other. After the game, Justin Houston was over at Alex Smith's locker talking to him. I don't think they were consoling each other. It wasn't like that, but I haven't seen that relationship often, or I haven't seen them engage that often. It seemed like a supportive moment.
Edward Cueva says, what was up with the 5-yard buffer all game by our corners? It's been a long time since the Chiefs have consistently played press coverage.
Yes.
It's been a long time. But I will tell you, they use this same kind of coverage in the last few years, and they've generated more turnovers than they have this year. I think some of it's scheme, and you can blame Sutton for not being more creative defensively. But also, let's just call it for what it is. Players aren't making plays, whether it's men in the front seven or men in the secondary. How many missed interceptions have these guys been in position to make and don't do? I think we're at the point. Somebody else mentioned this too. Brett Veach has his work cut out for him. Brian LeBird said that. That's true. We were talking about this up here in the press box. There needs to be some talent acquisitions this offseason, because it's not just. And that's like at every position. Like, if I could go through almost every position and say they need to draft that, they need to draft that, they need to draft, like almost every position except running back. They could use a guy that can help them. Where are you guys at on that? Like, I think we're at the point now where we have to say, hey, Brett Veach better have a doggone good draft.
Look, defense looks stale and slow, something to that effect, right? So obviously it needs some more dynamic players. I really hadn't understood that, I don't think, till the last few weeks. So I sort of thought, oh, they're just not gelling. Things just aren't quite coming together. But I now feel like it's players that aren't good enough overall.
Yep.
I mean,
today after several of those big games, of the big pass gains, there was a lot of, I saw from Nelson particularly, a lot of sort of throwing the hands up, kind of talking to teammates, which I can't hear what they're saying, but it certainly has the body language of like, you were supposed to be here, I was supposed to be there. Like, there obviously some missed assignments, some missed designations, and frustration that comes up after you tackle a guy for a 40-yard gain. Yeah. And you're like, you look at the other cornerbacks, and you're like, what? Just that body language I thought was telling.
Even Reggie Ragland didn't have an effective game today. You'd have to look at the tape to see, but I didn't. Even in the couple of weeks when it didn't seem like anybody was standing out, he at least, you noticed him, and I didn't notice him today. I didn't notice 59.
Somebody asked us, Mike Wilson says, hey, can you take the trick playbook out to the pasture and shoot it?
Yep.
Chiefs fans a little done with the trick play.
Didn't like Cam Irving out
weren't big fans
on the route.
Yeah.
And now Mitch Morse is probably out.
Well,
was
right.
that was the same foot? Was it the same?
He had the boot on his left foot. I can't remember what the original injury was, but the boot was on the left foot.
By the way, Justin Houston was so quiet today. I'm just realizing he had one tackle.
Not even a tackle.
No, that was right.
Quarterback.
It was just a hit.
Yeah.
No tackles for Justin Houston today.
Wow. Huh. Let's see. Chase People says, another loyal watcher says, are we done calling for Mahomes, or is that still a thing? What if they miss the playoffs? I think when they miss the playoffs, Mahomes plays. That's what I think. I think at that point it makes sense.
Totally.
$1,000,000%. We agree on
Which
that.
might not be till the last game. That
Right.
might not be until at Denver.
We all agree. Next week, though,
Yeah.
it should be Alex.
Yes.
We agree
Yes,
on
yep,
that.
yep.
Okay.
Oh, you mean
Benching a guy that goes 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 360-some yards, and a 70-yard run would be a bold move.
First time, did I read this right? First time since at least 1966 that somebody passed for 70 yards.
Oh, somebody found that,
a 70-yard
huh?
pass
Yeah.
and a 70-yard run in the same game.
A veteran, Randy Kovitz, alertly noted with a cryptic tweet. I wonder how many times that's happened. Randy, hats off to you. Not very often.
I think the only longer run was Steve Bono.
Yeah.
I think
76-yarder, right? I think somebody
The
was
naked boot.
Yeah.
We have a question from Miss Reed who asks us, what can the Chiefs do to get back on track next week? Like, what's the number one thing they can do to, what's the fastest thing they can do to get this thing together?
How much time you got, Miss Reed?
Yeah. Terez's iPad only has what on battery? Like,
not one
if
thing.
he's got like 75% on the battery, that would not
What's
going to
the
cover
one
it.
thing that if they do well, that would lead to victory against the Raiders?
Pressure on Derek Carr
I
next
agree.
week. Pressure on
$1,000,000%.
get him out of the pocket, make him a little uncomfortable. I thought one thing the Jets did really well today was McCown got rid of the ball quickly. a lot of slants, quick hits. I thought we've seen that against the Chiefs a lot in this last 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks getting rid of the ball quickly.
Interesting. And so effective. Like McCown barely got touched today. So
Didn't get touched. Didn't get tackled. Only on the sneaks.
And on the roughing.
That's right. When they roughed him.
Oh, this is a good question from Brent Cox, who says, "Did any of you guys see the defense's window closing this fast? It's like age caught all our best players at once." Ooh. You always know it can happen in the NFL. NFL is a common theme, but it's true. People say it's a cliche. It stands for not for long. You never really know in this league how long your window is going to be open on the side of the ball. There's something to be said for that, too.
100%. Incredibly drastic when Eric Berry goes from what he was last year to just literally just out. And Derek Johnson, like, even if we thought he might be going like this, we didn't expect him to go like that, this quickly and just like no snaps. And I also thought the defensive line, this isn't an age thing, but I thought the defensive line would be more effective than it's been.
Defensive line has been the biggest disappointment on this team.
Chris Jones has
Logan
pretty
over.
much disappeared.
Yeah.
I mean, after a nice start.
But you thought Tom would probably help this team a little bit this year.
Yeah.
And look, again, the Justin Houston thing, that can't be overstated. I
That's
mean,
brutal.
remember what he did last year when he came back against Denver?
yeah.
He just
Dominated
well,
the game.
Like,
took over that
the
game.
safety
Let's take it
of
another
Simeon.
step. Remember what he looked like against the Eagles?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that guy was amazing.
And look,
He was a damn
you said he was a superhero.
He was a
in that
superhero
game.
that day. Yep.
Yeah.
He really was. And now he's got one quarterback hurry, and that's it. Yeah.
The window. I mean, they got to have some good drafts, man. I mean, this is
Without a first-round pick.
Is it bad enough that you have to start thinking that they've got a rough year or two ahead? I mean, is it that kind of thing?
It might be a kind of deal where when Mahomes,
That you're
you're only going to go
transitioning.
so far next year with Mahomes starting his first year. But if you go young completely, maybe by 2019 you can do something. 2020. I mean, Mahomes is still a kid. I mean, he'll be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you get lucky, you'll be able to do something.
But it's no longer that feeling of like once they get him up and running, they're going to take off.
It kind of makes me wonder, and this is, us talking, right? I kind of wonder, like, if you think that a team is, like, really close to the Super Bowl, if you go swing on the home run quarterback, like, right now, like, they got rid of Macklin. You keep him. You find a way to keep him if you're really trying, if you really think you can do it. They've been telling us it's Super Bowl time, but, like, a team with Super Bowl aspirations, like, do they give 2 first-round picks for a quarterback that might not play this year?
Well-
Couldn't they have, like, drafted more, like, ready guys with some of these picks?
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. They didn't draft for
They didn't draft
2017.
for 2017.
They still have the fewest snaps of rookie players in the NFL this year.
So was it an audacious misreading on their part of what they had, or were they
I don't think
really
so.
girding for
Well,
something?
No, nobody could watch Mahomes and
2
Tannehill
years
and
from
think
now.
they'd be ready
No,
immediately.
No. But the point is that did they overrate what they thought they had here,
Yeah,
or were they all
but-
along playing for the?
But the 5-0 start
the longer
supported.
range.
The 5-0 start
Yeah.
supported
Yeah.
that idea that they draft Passanio, Oligwe, Jehu Chesson for the next couple of years, not for this year, and they get a great find in Kareem Hunt, and so they ride him.
They've been doing some of that redshirt drafting too, even before.
They have.
this
That's,
year.
yeah, they have. I mean,
They've been
that's
doing
absolutely they have.
This is
Kelsey,
extreme.
Kelsey was that kind of guy,
Yeah,
right?
Kelsey was he was hurt a lot that year, but they. But yeah, this is extreme of giving up 2 first rounds for a red shirt.
Right,
What
right.
they did, but
Somebody correctly points out they could have taken Tre'Davious White.
Yep.
All right, here's
well,
what
what
I'll
did
say.
he do against the Chiefs last week?
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
The ghost of bad memories.
I have a list of people wondering what's going on with 5-5. They think the Chiefs missed 5-5. I gotta tell you.
They'd be better with him.
They could use
They
him.
would be better with him.
Wait, I gotta get you on camera saying that.
It's
Wait,
true. I'm not an anti 5-5 guy, but they miss.
They
that.
do.
They miss that. He brings a little juice. They miss the juice.
Where's the pass rush juice? I think you missed
You think-
5-5 a little bit.
Well, you don't
think they're-
don't
no
double
question.
team 5-0 when you've got 5-5 on the field.
D Ford, for better or worse, led this team in sacks and hurries last year.
Do you think that they're resting him for like a
Can't
Like
be
they're-
resting guys now with this free fall.
Well,
We'll know this week. We'll know that, like, if he's still not practicing this week, it's like, wow, this is
then he's like an IR guy, maybe. I don't know.
I cannot believe that there is a three-way tie for third place in the AFC West. I mean,
This
first place.
division immediately
It's sort of supposed to be a joke, but I mean, they're all 6-6 now.
The Chargers were 0-4.
Yes.
And the Chiefs were 5-0. Remember those days?
It's a new season, baby. New
The
season.
Chargers kind of like aren't bad either, man. Like they got the 2 edge rushers.
You know,
they got 2 better edge rushers
and
than the Chiefs do.
Chargers they're better than the Chiefs right now.
Yeah.
They are.
They're better than the
They
Chiefs.
can run the ball. They can pass the ball. Like they have
The
things,
Raiders
man.
disposed of the Giants. Didn't have a problem with disposing of the New York
tough
Giants.
team.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's a good
National
win.
Football League.
That's a quality win.
In the National Football League.
Yeah, they're.
That's going to boost their strength of schedule.
God.
That was
You
one
get
day,
a-
like, you know, you get cynical and you
get
hear
a better
like
bowl
you
game.
guys say something. Yeah, like somebody I don't remember if it was like Reed or Smith or somebody's like, you know, these are good teams that we're playing. I was like, no, they're not. They're just fundamentally not good teams.
Yeah, like
Like,
2-9. Okay. I
Look,
got
they
it.
played. They were
would he-
1-9 when they played the Giants here, and these Jets were 4-7. I mean, so these two losses, 5-16 combined when they played them. I mean,
William
you
David.
get what you deserve if you lose those games.
William David Smith's asked a question that's right up my alley and gives me a chance to get on my soapbox. It says, do you prefer 4-3 or 3-4 fronts?
Here we go.
The men at this table
Here
know
we go.
what I
Here we
prefer.
go. You
Okay,
should order a pizza.
you guys know what I prefer. I like 4-3. I like having 4 upfield guys attacking gaps and being disruptive and getting after you. Now, the 4-3 versus 3-4 thing, most teams are nickel now anyway, so you're kind of playing that 4-guy, thing. But like if I was building a team, we'd be building behind big, powerful, 330-pound linemen that are slew-footed and bench and squat tons of weight. We would be running ISOs, counters.
I like how you have
gap
to have your hand
plays.
over your heart as you say this.
I mean it.
The passion
I want
that comes
people to
with
know.
it. I know.
I want people to know my football philosophy. We're gonna run the football. We're gonna play action off that. You're gonna know what's coming. It won't matter because we're gonna be better than you up front.
We'll give you the playbook.
We're gonna
you
give
can
you the
have our
playbook.
playbook.
You're gonna know what's happening.
We'll tell you what's happening.
That's right.
Come in our
That's
huddle.
That's right.
That was like Daniel Day-Lewis's speech in Lincoln right there.
Now, actually, it's a little bit more like Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I drink your milkshake, Eli. I drink it up.
Your Daniel Day-Lewis is a little bit close to your Pacino.
Yeah.
A little bit. That's why it works.
I rarely hear any overlap. That interesting. So there's a root that
There
you
is a
work
root.
from
I
sometimes.
didn't even know that he did a Daniel Day-Lewis.
I
That's
hadn't- I
impressive.
hadn't
True, I
known.
didn't
That
either.
sounded like Al Pacino doing Daniel Day-Lewis.
Right.
No. It wasn't that hacky.
You're gonna have to show us, give us a quick Pacino just to disabuse us of that.
Let me see.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
What do you want?
You're in hell right now, gentlemen. And either we can stay here. See, there's a difference.
That was enough. That was enough.
Yeah,
there is a difference.
It was
Yeah.
a difference. It was a
You
taste.
guys are not gonna. You guys are not gonna take shots and throw shade at my impression game. We're not
no.
gonna do that, okay?
Your
No.
impression game's still in first place.
Yeah. You got that right.
Nothing 6 and 6 about that.
No, you
impression.
got that right. That's right.
So it's 4 losses in a row for these guys.
Yeah,
huh?
that's a month of losing. And as I recall, that win against Denver wasn't exactly laying the wood on that.
It was more about Denver than the Chiefs, and I keep thinking, speaking of that game, I keep being reminded of Justin Houston after that game, saying when you lose 2 in a row, you've got to stop it. You can't, because you know that third one's going to be a dagger. You got to break the losing streak.
So now they've lost 2 in a row twice.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah, you can't lose 2 in a row 3 times in a row.
So
That's going to be a dagger.
I handed over the camera to Vi so we can speed through these questions and go.
All right.
Okay. Bobby Tarwacki says, "Did Dorsey see this coming?" No. I guarantee you. What?
But I don't,
No.
Dorse is the only one I know of all the 5 of us, and I'm assuming, including everybody watching, who's getting paid to not work. So, good for Dorse.
Well, there were several Chiefs who were
Getting paid not to work.
Oh!
That's amazing, Blair. That's great.
You don't see the shots coming from Blair until they're there.
He just pops them in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, I don't think it was like that, Paul. Paul says, was this game like a preseason game where a bunch of guys don't make the team. No, I thought they were competing.
I thought the effort was fine.
I thought the effort was fine.
Which was different than
the
Dallas, New York, and Buffalo.
Here's a really good question from Ellen Tolsmo. It says, what position would you draft first? It always depends on the best player available, but what position should they be looking at?
BPA, I don't know.
From these positions.
I think
Edge rush.
Edge rush,
Yeah.
100%. Corner.
Yeah, corner.
corner would be mine.
Yeah, corner.
Gaines is probably going to walk. There's just not a whole lot of depth there right now.
Did he even
What
play
about
today?
It's just special teams.
Yeah.
When is Peters' contract up? 2020?
Somebody asked, I don't know who asked, somebody asked, like, does this season affect Peters' next deal?
Yeah, it's like
I don't know. I can't tell you that it's been helpful. He's had his worst probably season on the field, and there's been more stuff that I don't know. I don't know if this season has done damage to him wanting to be here. I don't know. I mean, I know it's done some damage as far as fans wanting him here, rightly or wrongly. I could see this thing continue to go a place where Marcus doesn't want to be here, and you guys don't want him here, and that's that. This has not been an ideal third season for him, and there are many reasons for that. So no, I don't know about whether or not they're going to pick up that option.
well, I'm saying if they did, then corner becomes even more critical in your drafting.
And I'll say this: I think receiver is important, but it doesn't need to be the first thing. Not when you have a quarterback you think can throw people open like Mahomes. He's supposed to be able to make people better when he gets mature. So not Mahomes, not receiver, but offensive line.
Yeah,
we need to start thinking about that because guess who's a free agent in a year? It's Mitch Morse.
Oh.
Fulton's gone.
Yeah.
But Mitch Morse is a free agent. You're gonna have to either pay him or have somebody else in there.
Yeah.
And we need to look at left guard too. Time to look at that. I mean, there's real things here that, tackle. Mitch Schwartz is getting older. Now you're at the point of his deal where you could save money by cutting them. Like, they need developmental linemen who will be ready by 2019.
I think the Chiefs believe that this was their best offensive line, at least since
It should have been.
the Rodney Hudson, years, and it has been noticeably, ineffective.
I'm not sure the line has been better since 2013. And Nick Jacobs is watching. Nick, you can chime in too.
Nick
Are we
knows.
sure this line is better than the 2013 line? Remember that line they let walk and almost got Alex killed the next year. Remember John Asamoah left, Albert left, Stevenson started a bunch of games,
Yeah.
Fisher, Hudson ended up leaving, Schwartz left, Jeff Schwartz left. I mean, are we sure this line? What's the best offensive line we've seen since they've been here?
I mean, in theory, it should be this one, but they're all bad answers, like in the last 5 years.
Isn't it? And Jose Costa mentions it's not the offensive line's pass blocking today. We're not talking about that, man. You're right. Like, the pass blocking was good today. Alex had clean pocket. He had time to step up. We're talking about the run blocking. They just stopped running the ball today. Kareem Hunt had 9 carries.
Right. His
They threw the ball
14-yarder
33 times.
His 14-yarder came on the final play of the first half, a junk 14
Like,
yards.
do you understand how easy football becomes when you can dominate the 4 men up front with your 5, through the running game, when you can get 3rd and 1 because you're bigger and stronger than the opponent? It's a blunt game, and they built this line that's not like doing it. Now, I think there are reasons for that, and it's important to remember that. If Mitch Morse hasn't been playing the way he did the first month of the season, it's like I said with Alex. It's not because he just sucks. He's hurt. Just like there's stuff happening. Like, things are happening here, right? Like, LDT hasn't been the same guy. Keeps getting called for holding. Probably because he's not moving the same way. He's trying to create no excuses. I'm just giving you reasons for why this line hasn't been the same. The tackles need to be better. We can agree on that. And it sure would help if they could find a starter at left guard they feel comfortable with, that they like, without cycling through guys.
Well, they drafted one in the 4th round last year, right? And or 2 years ago, Parker Anger, who remains inactive.
Yeah.
They won't activate. And they had Jordan Devey on inactive today too. Who would have been Morse? Mitch Morse went down. Brian Witzman came in. Who's left on the offensive line?
Irving, tight end, Cam Irving.
That's right.
You don't run the ball in a shootout. You always run the ball.
Absolutely run the ball.
Yeah.
You always run the ball when you can do it because that keeps your defense from being on the field 43 minutes and your offense possession at only 17.
They were never in a position where they had to score quick to catch up. Like that was
the
never,
inferior team won
That's true.
today
Yeah.
because they held the ball for 30 minutes longer than the Chiefs did.
Brian LeBird says, so they need to upgrade 4 of their 5 line.
That's all.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all. That's all. It's right there.
Oh, Nick Jacobs makes a point. He says Schwartz is the only one not coached by the current O-line coach. Fisher, Fulton, Morris, LDT are all head guys. So if you want to evaluate offensive line play, you got to start holding coaches accountable too. I think it's going to be a very important month for Andy Heck as well. Because at some point, I will tell you, this collapse, if it continues, won't just be tolerated. Something's going to have to be done. I don't know it to be him, but I'm just saying, big month for offensive line, in my opinion. Okay, I think we're done. Let me get this. We're going to go around the table, give a final thought, call it a day. Let's start with the heart of the star, the line of the star.
because of my mane.
In that case, you should always start with Blair.
Right, yeah.
We should go from hair to most hair on powerful.
I was going to say follically strong to follically
All right, I'll
weak.
start. I'll say that of the 4 losses of the 6 and 7 games, I feel more encouraged about them breaking out than I have in some of the previous weeks. I think they identified a problem last week, offense, made it kind of a drastic change, changed the play caller, and it worked. I think they can do the same thing on the defensive side, identify a couple of issues, work on it this week, and change it. I picked the Bills to win and the Jets to win the last couple of weeks on our Wednesday Facebook Live. I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win next week.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay. David, what did you see down there? What's your take, man? I want to know what you thought the energy was like on the.
Actually, it was. I thought it was pretty low. Usually, I wear earplugs, and I didn't need it at all because it wasn't loud.
Not even the siren, the air raid siren.
Yeah, and that
That's
guy,
what happens.
the PA guy screaming into the microphone.
You don't need
is that
earplugs.
called for? Do we need a guy screaming into the microphone every third down?
You don't need earplugs in a hospital.
I would say that the funniest thing I heard was I was in the fans in the end zone are literally right behind me, and Marcus Peters was down there on the goal line, and a guy behind me was heckling him about his combine times, which I thought, boy, it's like that is deep in football when you're heckling Marcus Peters about his combine time from 3 years ago. He's like, "You're too slow, Deuce. You're too slow. You can't keep up. You ran a 4.4.
Deuce.
You're too." I was like, anyway, that was just
Surprising.
my funny thing.
Crawl into the
It's like
stands.
if
Did they seem into it to you? Did the Chiefs seem into it?
yeah, it's like I definitely thought that there was much more of kind of a vibrancy to it than the Buffalo game.
How much did you see Andy looking at his play sheet and talking?
I saw him talking to the officials more than I've seen him talk to the officials in
Really?
previous games. I thought he was a little more. His attention was maybe diverted towards some of the calls. I do think like if they don't beat Oakland, do they give up?
They're done. They don't. I mean, that is not okay. Don McCracken said something Blair mentioned, like air raid sirens in NYC aren't funny. Like we agree.
We talked about that. That what a poor choice of stadium noise that is.
What is that?
I 100% agree. I mean, we did. A-Team was on this, and not in jest either. It's like, really, you're doing that here?
All places.
I think it's really odd.
But hey,
I think it's no better than a coin toss that the Chiefs defense can get it together, and I'm skeptical. I agree with Blair that if you can get a couple things identified and tweaked, maybe you can change it up. But I actually now question the defense's ability to do these things. I really have come to that point. That's pretty pessimistic, but I do not assume that they can fix anything.
yeah. All right. My last thing is at this point, I've been pretty consistent. They'll break out of it. At this point, I just have to stop giving them the benefit of the doubt for sure. Like I can't pick them to win against Oakland. I'm glad. I mean, you are, Blair.
I am. I'm going to.
Okay, well, they got to prove it to me now because I picked them to win like the last 3 weeks. So, lot going wrong. Still, they just can't get on the same page. This is a good week to do it, though. Andy's got a really good history against AFC West opponents. That's a good sign, I think. But sometimes when teams get in like a downward spiral, is tough to break out. And at this point, they should have to show you they can break out of it before you give them the benefit that they don't deserve it. they don't deserve that. They don't deserve.
It deserves the doubt, not the benefit of it.
They deserve. I think they deserve the doubt, right? And I agree. I think from your point of view, guys. I think personally, for your happiness, if you haven't, stop being too optimistic. I would do that by now for sure. Just to protect yourself. Like you got to protect your heart.
Is that a fear?
Because this is ridiculous.
In Kansas City.
Like this team shouldn't be able to do that for you. Do this to you guys continually. So, I think a lot of people have already started looking forward to Mahomes just because they want to see the kid. Well, I get it,
and we might before the end of the year.
Yeah, we might see him.
Week 17.
Look, I got nothing for you that's going to make you feel better. It's another bad loss. This team should be better than this, and they're not. And it's going to take a lot of work to get to the point with the Super Bowl caliber. That's it. So, for the guys.
Did you get your last take in, Sam?
I'm good.
Thank you. 18 picks each other up. Can you take us out, Sam?
No, I mean, there's just a lot of pain. I guess maybe if I had a takeaway, it's that this is the first week that I sensed panic after the game. Like, I think there's like a real. I think that was.
You mean in the locker room?
Yeah, I think that's part of Marcus throwing the when you're talking to guys and there's we got to stick together. Like that's the only thing that's coming out of their mouth. Like I think this is reached a sort of a boiling point a little bit. I thought there was a little bit of, it's been the offense, so crap. Now we just gave up 38 points to Josh McCown. I sense a little bit of panic today in the locker room.
Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, for the guys, we appreciate you guys watching. We know it's late, so appreciate it. See you guys later this week. Remember, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., we do a Facebook Live roundtable. All of us together, most of us together, depending on how the schedules work out. We'd appreciate you to join us again. It's Wednesday at 2 p.m. This will be on iTunes. This podcast will be on there. Again, we ask you to please go ahead, go to Sports Beat KC on iTunes, rate and review us. We'd appreciate that. And click our stories and continue to support the journalism you like. So for the rest of the guys, I'm Therese Paylor. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Don't miss it.